Welcome to the Performance Review, where pro dancers, singers, actors, musicians, and anyone who loves performing come to let their guards down, talk about the realities of performing and what it really takes to succeed at a high level. Listen and watch, and you might learn something that you can apply in your own life. I'm your host, Jasmine, and this is the first solo episode since renaming my podcast from the Imperfect Cheerleader podcast to the Performance Review. As you might have heard in the episode that I did announcing the rebrand and the change, I wanted to open this podcast up to more performers in general. Not just pro dancers, but singers, actors, musicians, business owners, because they got to perform too, okay? So I wanted to open it up to performers and give you a wide range of what those people go through in their daily lives, in the life of being a performer. Maybe they do it on the side and that's their escape from their reality or their real life or professional environment. And like I said, it's a chance for you to let your guard down. It's a chance for them to let their guard down in the hopes that you can relate in somehow. Now, it will still have that pro dance background and element, and it's going to have everything that the Imperfect Cheerleader podcast had. But we're expanding, we're growing, and I want you to grow with me. So if you've been here from the beginning, I want to thank you, and I really, really appreciate every DM that you have sent me saying how much an episode may have impacted you or changed your life in some way. Just hearing that, I always think like, oh my gosh, what I'm doing on this platform is actually changing people's lives. I don't take that lightly. I sometimes just pinch myself and I'm like, I started this, but I didn't know it was going to have that much of an impact on people. And let me tell you, every DM that I get, I hold so close to my heart because I never saw myself doing this. First off, I did not see myself having a podcast. It kind of just happened. And I'm so glad that it's touching so many of you who are listening. So I thank you for being a loyal listener. I know sometimes I might go weeks without posting because that's just life happens and I'm back dancing, performing again. So stuff like that happens, but you know I got you. I'm going to come back. I'm going to give you some good stuff. And I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. If you go back to that first episode, it's going to look real and sound real different than it does now. And it might not, honestly. I might not have changed at all, but I was recording in my closet. Okay? We've stepped up. We're in a room. I have a mic. I have a camera on. I'm actually wearing makeup. I'm not sitting on the floor in my closet. If y'all were there from the beginning, you know that's how I started. But the audio was great. I didn't have video, but the audio was great. So we're evolving, we're changing. I'm trying to really step into my podcast era, even though I've been in it for like almost 5 years. Well, no, it has been 5 years. Goodness gracious, time flies. But yeah, so with that said, now I want to welcome you to the main event. And let me just give you a little preview of how these episodes are going to work. So because it's the performance review, you know how in performances you have the previews, you have the main event, you might have a closer or like a final act, you might have an intermission. So that's how these episodes are going to run. It's going to run like a show, like an actual show that you might see in a theater, you might see on YouTube, you might see on another podcast, you might see like it's an actual show. So that's how it's going to run. So we're gonna start with the main event, okay? I'm not going to explain that every time, but I just got to, so you can see my vision, okay? Okay, if you're watching online, you can tell I just got my hair braided and I cannot stop touching it, so I'm sorry. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is, what are you even in class for? That is the main question. I believe there are 7 different reasons why you might attend a dance class, and I'm going to go through each of them. So, as you might know, I was a former NFL cheerleader. And I'm a current NBA dancer. I dance with the Charlotte Hornets, Honeybees. And a lot of times to make those types of teams, you need to be in class, you need to meet the people that are on those teams, the vets. It's good to take classes to prepare you and prep you for those types of teams. And a lot of times we have different reasons for coming to class, right? And we're not all there for the same reason. And I think it's important to highlight that because the people that I coach, they tell me sometimes, we talk after or before class, and they're telling me, oh, I'm coming to class because of so-and-so, because of this, because I want to get better at this, I want to get better at that. And or maybe they're nervous to come to class and they're just coming back to dance for the first time, and maybe they're just having fun. Maybe they're a new mom and they want to be able to move their bodies like they did before they had a child, and they want to feel themselves again. And I've heard that too. And so the first one, do you come to learn from the specific teacher? And what I mean by that is maybe this teacher or choreographer has a particular method that they use in their class. Maybe it's something that you want to experience for yourself in their particular class. Maybe they set an intention for the class and you come to focus on whatever that intention is for the class. Now, I try to do this in my own classes. I've seen it done in classes that I've taken too, where the teacher sets an intention before class. Recently, in one of my classes, I set the intention to act like you are the most gangster of all the gangsters because the dance was to You Don't Know Me by T.I. And if you ever heard that song, you know that it is a real hard-hitting song, and it's telling a very direct and sort of aggressive message, like, you don't know me, back up. And so that's the mindset that I wanted the dancers to have in class. Pretend like you're dancing in front of your biggest hater. You don't know me and you don't know what I can do, so try me again. That's the mindset I wanted them to have in class. And there's so many different mindsets that you can have in class, and there's so many takeaways that somebody can take from that intention. Now, there's an obvious one, to be to mean mug and to have that gangster attitude. But you can also, somebody might take it in a cutesy way, like a kill 'em with kindness. But you never know what somebody's going to take from that intention, but it's up to them to take that, internalize it, and make it their own, right? Okay. So that's number one. Number two, do you want to learn how to have better camera work? Now, I will say from my own experience, I was not great at camera work. And I'm still learning how to be one with the camera, how to work it, but also how to look away and look back at it. It's a science. You don't always have to look directly at the camera. And you also want to have some eye contact with the camera and not just not look at it at all and ignore that it's there. I've said this before. In my NFL days, we were told not to look at the camera. We were told to pretend like it's not there so that the fans would think that, okay, maybe this is just part of the show. When there's a show, the actors don't look directly at the camera. They're acting as if there's a fourth wall. So that's what I mean. What is the choreography, and does it call for you looking into the camera? I'll give you the example again. As I was teaching that hip hop routine to T.I., You Don't Know Me, there was a part directly at the end where I wanted you to mean mug the heck out of that camera. And I wanted you to come through the camera. So that was that particular choreography. And not all the choreography required that, but there's finding those moments and those bits where you can do that, okay? I think my friend Amina is actually having a class where she's going to talk about this, so you should sign up for it. I'm going to try to be there too. Okay, so number 3. Do you want to come for memory retention? Now, I hear this a lot, and it's part of the reasons why I take class. I want to be able to do the dance all the way through at the end without any help, maybe do a solo. I want to be able to remember the dance in that 1 hour, hour and 15, hour and a half time frame. Memory retention is a big thing. It's very common, and a lot of people work on it all the time. I think as dancers, we put so much emphasis on knowing the routine and learning it quickly. It is a reality in the pro world, and it's something that comes with just taking more classes. It comes with reps. That's just one of those things. You just have to do it. You have to keep learning. You have to keep exercising that muscle because your brain is a muscle and you got to keep exercising it. Okay, what are we on? We did 1, 2, 3. Number 4. Do you come for fun? You might come to class for fun. You might come to class because you just want to la-di-da-di-da and just have fun. You want to be around people who share that same passion with you. You want to be around people who are going to make it fun. And it is fun. Dancing is fun, and you get a good exercise out of it. It helps with your mental. I saw recently that dancing is better for depression than exercise. But you get like a double, triple whammy. You get to dance, you get to exercise, and it helps with depression if you have it. Let's hope you don't. But even if you don't know you have it, if you keep dancing, you might not even know you have it because you're always dancing. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So there you go. Okay, easy as that. Do you do it for fun? And that's totally a valid reason. That's one of the intentions I set for all of my classes. Have fun. Okay, number 5. Do you come to work on your technique? Now, this is a big one too. You want to work on your jazz technique, your kick technique, your pirouette technique. You want to come to a technique class and you want to come to learn how to get better at your technique because that is part of a lot of pro dance auditions. So do you come for technique? And if it's not dance, do you come for technique for another reason? Maybe there's some singing or acting classes and there's particular techniques that are involved with that. So that's that. Number 6. Do you come to work on your style? Maybe you're a little stiff in the neck, a little stiff in the shoulders. You want to loosen up more. You want to learn how to pop it. Like maybe you need to come to learn how to be a little bit more stylized. Maybe you have a great technique, but you're not there on the style. Maybe there's a particular style. Maybe it's the pro style that you want to learn, and you want to come learn how to make your body fit that particular style. That's number 6. And finally, number 7. Do you come to get away from your personal and professional life? That's very real for a lot of people. Do you come for your mental? Okay? That's your outlet. And that's what you come to class for. You're coming to class because you want to get something off your chest that might have happened earlier in the week or that day. And I think that goes along with having fun. You want to come and make it be an outlet for you. Okay? So you can come for all 7 of these reasons. You can come for 1, 2, 3, however. And the intention might change over time. It might change from class to class. It doesn't have to stay the same. But I challenge you, next time you do take a class, to think about why you are there. Like what's the reason why you're there? And that goes back to what your why is and knowing your why. Because that might come up in auditions. It might come up in the interview process. And it's also good to know why you started in the first place. Because that's going to keep you going. If you don't have motivation, that's going to be your motivation. I promise you. And your why can be a little deeper than these reasons, but this is a great start. If you need to find a more meaningful or whatever, you need to find a different type of why. I hope you got something from that. I sound like a preacher, Lord Jesus. Don't you love when preachers are like, are you getting something here? Are you getting something from that? That's how I feel right now. I really hope that you got something from that. And if you did, holla at your girl. Okay, now it's time to get into the performance of the week. This is a segment where I'll review one of my favorite performances recently in pop culture or counterculture or whatever I've seen out there in the ether. My performance of the week is a movie called The Drama. Have y'all seen that movie? It stars Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. I did not know what to expect going into this movie, but it was definitely dramatic. The movie definitely lived up to the title. It poses the question, what's the worst thing that you've ever done? What's the worst thing that you have ever done in your life? And what are you hiding? We all got something. We all got skeletons in our closet. Everybody got their thing. All right, like J. Cole said, everybody got their thing. Some make millions, others make memes. I just had to say that. So yeah, have you reflected on what's the worst thing that you've ever done? Like, nobody's perfect. We all got something. And then, do you really know the people around you? Do you think that you truly know everybody around you. Who are those people that you open up to? It's a I really just like that movie. It took a really big twist and turn that I didn't see coming. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen that movie yet, you should go out and see it. I saw it at home. Also, Zendaya and Tom Holland, I've kind of been a little obsessed with both of them. Might be like developing this parasocial relationship with those two because they're just so adorable to me and I love them as a couple. So I've been watching a lot of stuff that both of them are in. I'll probably go see Spider-Man. But the way that they carry themselves and the way that they're so private in their relationship, I think is so admirable. You really don't see much bad about them in the press. They kind of stay to themselves. They don't bother anybody. They do their work and they live their lives in private, and it's none of our business. And I love that. I feel like we need to get back to the point where stars are doing that. Well, they're not going live all the time telling us their business, even though it does make for some great drama and like popcorn while you're sitting there looking whatever's going on in their lives and like living through them, giving your opinions on what they should and should not be doing, which is really none of our businesses. But I feel like we need more stars. We need more celebs where we don't really know their entire lives. Our lives are so publicized now, even if you're not famous. Like, you can post a video today and just suddenly become famous. It can go viral and you can just suddenly become famous. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy. But I just want to say that I admire them. So anyway, my performance of the week, the drama, and that's that. Now, we're going to end with the final act. This is something that I'm going to leave you with that you can ponder on. I am a believer in Christ Jesus. I'm a Christian. I realize that everybody is not a Christian, and that's totally fine. But based off my beliefs, I'm going to share with you a verse that is very relevant to me in my time right now, in my life right now. And that was shared to me by my coach when I interviewed her on the podcast. Go check out that interview. It's Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Also, she said this is more of a mindset, but the idea is that nothing or no one can take away what God has in store for you. So if you need a translation, take that with you. All right, guys, that's the end of the show, and I will see you on another episode of the Performance Review. Bye for now. Thanks so much for tuning into the Performance Review podcast. If today's episode helped you level up your mindset, career, or performance, don't let it stop there. Be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you are listening, whether it's Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any podcast platform, so you never miss a new episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment letting me know your biggest takeaway. Every subscription, rating, review, and share helps this community grow and allows us to bring on even more conversations with performers, leaders, and experts who know what it takes to succeed. If you know somebody chasing a dream in entertainment, sports, business, or life, share this episode with them. Your support helps us reach more people who are ready to perform at their highest level. Until next time, remember, great performers aren't always born. Sometimes they're built. Keep showing up, keep growing, and keep performing with purpose. And always remember to take a break before you actually break a leg.